Not sure about the title, but these poems are called What is Homelessness and Home in a World Constantly Spinning Us Out of Place? What is home in a world that keeps rehearsing eviction with such professionalism that even the pavement begins to sound official? What is homelessness but the body becoming the archive for everything a country refused to hold? I see him often, a lad moving through the city with a blanket on his head, like weather has chosen him personally, like the sky has singled out one man and said, "You will carry what the rest of them are too afraid to name." And before he arrives, there is the scent. Let me not lie about it, it is sharp. It announces itself. It does not ask permission from the air. It enters before he does and lingers after, as if trying to prove that abandonment has mass, as if neglect, after enough seasons, develops a smell thick as accusation, stubborn as memory. My Canadian nose knows it, which is to say, my trained nose, my civilized nose, my nice person nose, my little domesticated instrument raised in a nation of deodorized violence, a nation that salts the pavement, washes the train stations, builds condominiums with glass so clean they can reflect the poor even. They can reflect the poor without ever housing them. And others smell it too. I know they do. I see the flinch, the subtle rearrangements of face, the small betrayal of the nostrils, that tiny theater of disgust perform as though it were instinct and not instruction, as though revulsion were born in the body and not taught there patiently, daily, by a world obsessed with pretending that suffering becomes less human the more visible it gets. But I want to shout, embrace that, not because pain is beautiful, not because ruin is holy, not because I want to romanticize the body when the body has already been asked to endure too much. Embrace it because that smell is the nation speaking plainly for once. That is the odor of shelters full to bursting, of policies written in passive voice, of public sympathy with office hours, of people stepping over people and calling it urban life, of a country that can narrate its kindness better than it can practice it. That is the smell of heat withheld, of water missed, of medication interrupted, of socks worn into confession, of sleep broken into fragments by concrete, sirens, security guards, profiling, and the endless humiliation of needing the world and being met by architecture. That is the smell of a problem so old the government has learned to discuss it without ever touching it. A nation of hiding. Yes, hiding behind winter charity drives, behind the soft glow of multicultural self praise, behind the myth that everybody here is one good choice away from safety, as though the earth is not full of people, pushed inch by inch, decision by decision, bill by bill, grief by grief, out of the frame. It is called showtime because of that, because this is performance, because everything is lit well enough to keep the audience seated, because trains still run, because cafes still foam milk into leaves, because men in suits still discuss the market, while another man wears his whole life in one blanket on his head. Showtime, because the illusion depends upon timing, upon movement, upon the quick scene change, upon getting him past your field of vision before your conscience can make language out of him. Showtime, because the city is a stage set built over a sinkhole, and every storefront shines like it has never heard a cry, and every polished window says, "Look elsewhere, look upward, look at the skyline, look at the promise, look at anything but the human being carrying the evidence." What is home? Is it walls or is it being expected somewhere? Is it a roof or the absence of surveillance? Is it a key or simply the miracle of not being treated like a public disturbance for having a body? What is homelessness? Is it sleeping outside or being cast out of the moral imagination? Is it lacking shelter or being made into a warning for those still barely indoors? He comes from the same dust as me, the same first earth, the same fragile beginning, the same strange animal panic that makes us choose badly sometimes, or too quickly, or under pressure, or after loss, or inside hunger, or while trying with our whole heart to make one impossible day end, or just get one good sleep. He is not alien to me, he is proximity, he is prophecy, he is the lie of distance breaking down in real time. And the smell, that smell, I keep returning to it because it feels like truth refusing cosmetics, truth with its coat off, truth after days without laundering, truth that no slogan can Febreze away, truth standing on the bus, truth crossing the street, truth wrapped in a blanket, truth saying, you built a nation that can hide a person in plain sight, but you cannot hide what was done to him. Let the air hold it, let it sting, let it interrupt appetite, let it embarrass conversation, let it sit at the table with us like the guests no one invited, but everyone made. Perhaps that is what conscience is. First, not a thought, but an atmosphere, not a speech, but something entering the body, making comfort difficult, making denial less elegant, making the country smell for one unbearable second, like what it has become, like what it has always been. And if we recoil, let us at least be honest, we are not recoiling from him. We are recoiling from the collapse we helped perfume into invisibility, from the illusion cracking at the edges, from the great Canadian stage machinery, shuddering from the knowledge that home was never secure, only unequally distributed, and that some people are forced to carry the odor of this knowledge so the rest of us can call ourselves clean. What is home in a world constantly spinning us out of place? Maybe not a building, maybe not a country, maybe not even a promise. Maybe home begins when we stop treating the abandoned as if they are the embarrassment instead of the evidence. Maybe home begins when the smell no longer sends us backward, but towards. Maybe home begins the moment we understand that the world is not falling apart. It has been taught very carefully, very profitably, very politely how to fall without losing the show. I have a second poem that I wrote. I'm going to leave it. I'm going to put it in the caption because this is already long enough. It should be longer though. Thank you.